I hope you guys like the look for today, and it's actually a little bit different from most of my normal tutorials. At the very end, I actually included a lash application in this video, and this will be the first time you will see me doing that. The look that I'm wearing today is also inspired by my girl Nikki26. I have to hand it to you, girl. You are hella creative. She did this look that was inspired by the 2 Dolly Hello Kitty palette, which I don't own. So basically I took duplicates of each color of the eyeshadows that I own, and I was making a look that was based off of the Hello Kitty palette. So if you guys already have that palette, the colors that I'm using, you can just basically switch them out with what you have. So it's really great. Also, another thing that I wanted to point out to you guys is for those of you that have already owned some of the palettes from MAC's holiday collection, the Mystic Cool eyeshadow palette. And so this is a look that's inspired by 2 different palettes, and for those of you that don't own any of them, you can just use the single eyeshadows. So it's really fun and creative to be able to switch out and use what you have. So I hope that you guys find this tutorial fun, flirty, and helpful. And once again, I got my lashes on at the end, so I hope you guys like it. Bye!
First step, which I've already done, is I prime my eye with my Studio Finish Concealer by MAC. On top of that, I'm going to be applying a base, which is my NYX white jumbo pencil. And I'm going to be a little generous with this because I really want the color to pop. And when you do that, just make sure you smooth it out nice and good with either a brush or your finger so that you don't have any creasing. And I'm going to take it and smooth it out exactly as you see me doing, and go back and add more as I please. Don't worry, this does not have to be neat. The first color I'm using is Texture. And I'm going to be using my 224 brush, concentrating all the color on the tip of the brush there, just as you see me doing. And in windshield wipers, I'm going to be creating that buffer color just along my crease. It's going to soften out some of that white. The first color I'm using is Aquadisiac by MAC, and I'm using my 239 brush. So just really, really dig in there and get that color. And this is going to be my eyelid color. I'm going to leave the inner and the outer corner blank. I'm just going to be applying this mainly in the middle of my eyelid. And I'm going to extend it a little bit past my crease, just a little tiny bit. I want this to be a little bit dramatic, so I'm really going beyond the boundaries of the shape of my eye by extending it high up. The color I'm going to be using in my inner corner is called Naked. It's a pigment, and you want to use, I don't want to say white, but it's like a soft beige color, and it's not overly shimmery, but it does have like a kind of matte look to it. So you don't want something that's too shimmery, but at the same time you don't want something that's too matte. So this is Naked, and this is going on the inner corner of my eye. And I'm going to be blending that into the Aquadisiac just by simply overlapping the 2 colors. I like to go back with Aquadisiac again and add a little bit more. My outer crease color is going to be Contrast, and I'm going to be using my 217 brush. You need a tapered blending brush, and you're going to be once again concentrating all the color on the tip of the brush. And on the outer corner of my eye in circular motions, I'm buffing that color in. Now for now, I'm going to leave that just like that. I'm not done blending that out, but I'm going to leave that for now. I want to take the color Hepcat and my 224 brush. You want something that's a little bit more fluffier than the 217 brush, and that's why I'm using 224. And I'm really just going to dig it on there as much as I can. Hepcat doesn't really pick up sometimes. And along my crease, just as we did with Texture, now you're going on top of that with Hepcat. I didn't want it to be too pink, so that's why I did the Texture first. Directly on top of that, I'm going to be applying Stars and Rockets to give it a more edgier purple rock star kind of look directly on top of the Stars and directly on top of the Hepcat. I want to go back with my contrast, just as I was saying earlier, and I'm going to darken that outer corner. Just bring it up a little bit, not too much into the crease. I'm going to take a flat angled brush. I'm sorry, not a flat one, but an angled brush that's flat tipped, I guess. And with contrast, I'm going to work that color along the bottom of my lash line, and I'm going to stop at about right here. I'm going to take the other end of that brush and just, I'm not even putting any color on that, I'm just going to smudge it. Go over it back and forth, just to kind of make it look more smudged. I'm going to take the angled side of the brush and Aquadisiac, and just a little bit on the inner corner of my eye. Just a little bit. Smolder will do, feline, just any regular black pencil is good for this step. Take a gel liner. I'm using the Coastal Scents one, and I'm just going to line the top of my lash line. The last step is adding mascara. Well, this is actually not our last step, but I'm adding Arena eyeshadow as my brow bone highlight color, and this is like a soft peach. And I'm not bringing it down that far. So there's that. Our last step, and the most fun part, is adding the lash. And I'm not quite sure if my eyelashes are dry yet, but you know what, we're going to go for it anyways. So this is lash number 20 by MAC. It's a half lash. Literally, it's only half of an eyelash. This is just what works for me. Doing full lashes is a little bit too complicated. It's a little more difficult because my eyelashes are so long, but you know what? I found something that works for me, and I don't do this every day because I don't think it's that serious, but they're cute, they're fun. Duo lash adhesive is really awesome and just really gets the job done. Usually you're supposed to let the glue dry for about 20 seconds, so I'm going to do that. So how I apply my lash to myself, this is the method I use on myself, not on other people. Instead of applying it like this, straight like that, I actually use the opposite hand, and I take my thumb like that, just as I'm doing like that. Now I literally have to pull my lashes down, then I place the lash wherever it's going. And this is a half lash, so it's emphasizing the ends of my lashes. And I take it and push down and up. And it's on. Once it gets on, you can be a little rough with it. I just take it and I push it in there, kind of like that. Then I go back with like a comb, like, you know, like a brow comb or a brow brush, and then I just brush them in with my natural lashes to make them look more natural. And there's our half lash. So that's pretty much the completed look, guys. I waited on doing my foundation, so I'm going to do that, finish this look up, and show you guys pictures. Bye!